Trying getting them out to peak. Hello, Laura. You're right.
Hello, Cal. How are you doing?
Is your heart beating out of sync? A little faster, a little deeper. Mine is. Mine is. Tongue-tied and starry-eyed. Is your smile too hard to hide? 'Cause mine is. Mine is. You've got a way of making me more than I've ever dreamed. Life is a different kind of beautiful when you're next to me. Is your picture of heaven on earth a little something like this? 'Cause I know, mine is. Mine is. Are your skies blue than blue? Is every day like a honeymoon? 'Cause mine is. Mine is. Is your mind painting future scenes? Were you happy growing old with me? 'Cause mine is. Mine is. You've got a way of making me more than I've ever dreamed. Life is a different kind of beautiful when you're next to me. Is your picture of heaven on earth a little something like this? 'Cause I know that I know that I know mine is. Mine is.
Hello and welcome to the LKMusic Armchair Sessions. I am here with Cal Ruddy.
Hello, Laura.
Hello, Cal. How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
Okay.
So you've just done a little acoustic set for us, and you had your first gig back in how long? Last night?
Exactly 493 days, so just over a year and a half, and it felt amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine. How is it? Like, if you wanna go into that? How it's been like having to not be able to gig and.
It's been such a strange time, and I mean, I empathise with so many people, like, you know, in the creative industries. It's been really hard for us all. Do you know what I mean? Like, not being able to play shows, and, you know, not knowing when they'll come back or if they'll come back. There was a point during the first lockdown where I seriously thought, is that it? Is that my career over? Do you know what I mean? And that was hard to come to terms with. You know, like, I just kept on thinking, like, you know, I've done all this amazing stuff over the last few years, and now this is like hitting a brick wall, and it's like, you know, there's nothing happening. But I mean, things look brighter now, so I'm really looking forward to getting back out there. Last night, playing my first show back, it felt so special. Yeah. I actually teared up on stage. It was quite emotional. It was just like, it was just like I felt the love in the room, you know, the people who come to see me, and it was just, yeah, it was wonderful. It was like, you know, my mum and dad were there, my girlfriend was there, really close friends and great supporters, you know, for a long time. A lot of people were there.
Yeah.
So it just felt so special. It felt so good. I mean, and it also felt like literally like not much time had passed at all. It literally felt like I was like, you know, stepping on stage the day after my last gig in March 2020. So it was just nice to be back in the zone and back, you know, doing what I love.
So mad. Were you nervous like that it would go back? Because obviously, like, I was at the Studio 2 gig like a year and a half ago, or however long it was. But like the transition from not performing for a year and a half to being on stage again, and it's not a standing venue and everyone's seated and everyone's like, you know, the rules and the regulations and stuff. How was that, like, gigging with those rules?
To be honest, I no matter what kind of venue I play in, I always try and reach out to the audience. So, like, yeah, it was a bit weird, the thought of it. But then I played seated venues before. Like, I played at Thornton Hove Village Club, and that's pretty much a COVID rule situation before COVID rules came about. I mean, everyone sort of sits down and, like, you know, they really listens to the music, man. Do you know what I mean? And that's the kind of venue I sort of started honing my craft in. Do you know what I mean? And then, like, over the years, I've got into playing all sorts of different places and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, I think the thought of it originally that I was like, is going to be the same, because I didn't want to do it with a band, because when I play with a band, obviously there's a lot more energy than just a solo performance. And I was thinking, like, well, I saw people playing, like, you know, shows of the band, and it's like, I think it was like last year, was it like, not the pilot events, but it was like when people are like in these little weird, like, little stands, do you know what I mean? And all the stands are like spaced out in a massive field. You basically got to, like, I check into them and whatever else, and I thought, like that's just it defeats the community spirit of music, doesn't it? Really. So I thought, but then it just flowed. It was just so natural. I mean, I always get a big rush of adrenaline on show days. Anyway, I had to force myself to eat. I'm awful at that. I literally, like, have to really force myself to eat on a show day just to keep myself, like, going and all that. But yeah, it was just after the first song. It's always the first song, you know. It's like that whole rush, the whole day, the whole preparation of, you know, months or however long it's been, you know, getting ready for the show and all that sort of stuff. It all sort of comes together. I walk on stage, play the first song, and yeah, the rest of the night flows. Then it's just that. It's like, it's like climbing a mountain. It's like getting up there, and then once you're there, it's happy days, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like you're up there, you know, you're loving the views. It's great, you know. But yeah, it was so weird. It was so surreal. I like 2-3 songs in, I was like, this is actually happening. Like, people are actually, like, live in front of me. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not a massive fan of live streams. I've just, like, they're a means to an end. I mean, as in, like, keep in touch with the fan base and all that sort of stuff. But like, it was so weird not hearing applause after a song, or you know, like, disconnected. Yeah, exactly. That's the right word there. Yeah, disconnected.
When the sun begins to shine, it would be a crime to waste days like this. There's no shapes up in the sky, free your mind on days like this. Days like this, days like this, days like this. Oh, pop the cap, blue ribbons come undone. Let's have some fun on days like this. I'm making music, I'm with my friends, praying it won't end on days like this. Days like this, days like this, days like this. Be where you are, days like this. Sit by the river, watch the water go by. You can wash away time on days like this. Days like this. Days like this. Days like this. Be where you are. Love who you're with on days like this.
Did you utilize all that time in lockdown to like write more stuff and perfect the craft? I suppose I know a lot of artists took that time out to kind of figure that out.
Well, it was a weird one really, because I think because everything stopped so suddenly, it was like I had all my gigs cancelled literally within the space of 2 days. So it was like that hit me like a ton of bricks, and it was just like, you know, what do I do now? So for 6 to 8 weeks, I was like, what do I do now? Like, what, you know, what can I put my energy into? There's no gigs to look forward to. There's no events coming up or anything like that. So it was hard, but then like I sort of slowly got past it. I worked on myself, you know, like a lot mentally, and yeah, I've started writing again. Like I started writing during the end. I can't even speak. Towards the end of the first lockdown, I started like putting some songs together and, you know, toying around with some ideas and all that. But it wasn't until the second lockdown when I properly got into a routine of getting songs sorted, and I invested in some home recording kit as well. So that's been good. I've been just sort of learning how to do all that sort of stuff, which has really helped my songs. Really, you know, I can sort of like sit there and add some harmonies to stuff, or, you know, play around with ideas. So that's been really therapeutic. I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, as well, like you had such a crazy couple of years before the lockdown where you went to Nashville and, you know, you recorded Elliston Place and all that kind of.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into Nashville and that kind of adventure that you went on there?
It really was an adventure, because like, although I've been on the music scene for the last couple of years, it was like it was I had to take myself out of my routine, the routine that I was in creatively. It wasn't really getting me anywhere. As in, it was like, yeah, I felt sort of like I was doing for the same motions, you know, with songwriting and performing and all that sort of stuff. But going to somewhere like Nashville, which is renowned for its heritage of music, everything just seemed to click into place. And I've always been influenced by, like, you know, country and rockabilly and blues sort of music and all that sort of stuff. So going to somewhere which actually, like, that's the best place in the world for Americana and roots music, and it just felt so great to be there, you know. I felt really inspired by, you know, all the people I was working with, but also like just the place itself. It's just like I pick up on vibes, you know, wherever I am. And like if I feel like I'm in a good place, like mentally as well, and I'm switched on enough to be inspired by something, like, yeah, it really, really helps. So that was a really interesting process.
And now things are slowly coming back to normal. What's next for Cal Ruddy?
What's next? Well, I don't even know what I'm having for tea tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm only joking. But yeah, like I'm looking at doing a second album at some point. Like the response to the first album's been amazing. You know, like it was a journey there, as you say before. Like, you know, going to Nashville, writing those songs with some great people. You know, with Paul McLeod, a Nashville-based production team and songwriting team. They were fantastic, you know, one-to-one sessions, which really helped me develop my craft. That was fantastic. So yeah, it's going to be a hard one to follow up, because like it felt like that material really summed up me as an artist. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm writing again. I'm inspired all the time. Like, you know, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a slight departure from the direction I went with on the first album, but I think it'll always have my sort of brand of sound on it. Do you know what I mean? It'll be the Cal Ruddy thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. So Mike, for having me here today as well. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. If you want to catch Cal, all of his links are in the bio. And make sure that you like, subscribe, share, hit that little notification button. This has been LKMusic. Thanks very much.
Here I am, keeping this dream alive. There's a fire that burns in my heart and in my mind. Seize the day before it slips away. Do you have 3 words that you'd like to say? 3 little words, it's all I wanna hear. 3 little words, make your feelings clear. I don't wanna rush you, cause you any pain. 3 little words will take me out of the rain. Your eyes tell me one thing, but your words are what I need. Help me make sense of my life, dare I believe that your touch is mine, that your eyes tell the truth. But the breath on my face means you're in the right place. 3 little words, that's all I wanna hear. 3 little words, make my feelings clear. Don't wanna rush you, cause you any pain. 3 little words will take me out of the rain. Three little words, it's all I wanna hear. 3 little words, make your feelings clear. I don't wanna rush you, cause you any pain. 3 little words will take me out of the rain. Just think about Charles Knight now.
Dedicate song. Shout out to Shaz.
I will not be the man today without his influence.